Hello, welcome to Futbol the Europa podcast, episode 9. Today, alongside me is Sean. Welcome, Sean.
Hey Bliss, good to be here.
How are you?
Good.
And so, we have a couple of games tonight
Mm-hmm.
regarding Copa del Rey between Valencia and Barcelona, and then we have the DFB Pokal between Leipzig and Bayern Munich.
Yep.
So, which game would you want to discuss first?
Either or, I'm fine. Let's just go with DFB Pokal. DFB Pokal, yeah.
All right, sure. And it's not really much of a surprise that Bayern is in the final.
No surprise there for me.
But it will, even though Bayern have had a poor season, they will still be favorites to lift the cup every time. And
I think in terms of
but I think
yeah.
Leipzig can cause an upset for them.
Definitely. I think in terms of a German league, everyone would be looking at they'll always be looking at Bayern, and even with a poor season and sadly seeing both Frank Ribery and Ian Robben leaving the club, they are retiring, right? Or
Yep,
they just
yep.
leaving? They're both retiring.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So
Maybe
Yeah.
later on they go and say, okay, we are joining a Qatari
Okay.
club or something. But yeah, as of now they're retiring.
yeah, exactly. It's just when sometimes when they say they're leaving, I'm not even sure at which point they're leaving or retiring. Yeah. Even with a poor season such as to Bayern standards, I think they're still hot favourites to be lifting up the Pokal, DFB Pokal. But at the same time, I think they really had to fight this season just to keep the Bundesliga as well at the start, really. And then I think things at the end started to even out for them. I think they
Yeah.
started to iron things out. I can't remember in between I'm just gonna look at the table here. Yeah, Dortmund was on their heels. Yeah, okay, I
Yeah.
remembered right.
Yeah, Dortmund, it's not that Bayern won the league on their own. It was more like Dortmund bottling it. 10 points of lead. Similar to how Liverpool bottled it.
Yeah, definitely. I think Dortmund bottled it as well. But
Yeah.
I think it played in the part. I think if Bayern didn't win the Bundesliga, Ian Robben and Frank Ribery might have retired just next season instead. I've just a gut feeling from that one. But yeah, similar to that, Dortmund bottling the Bundesliga, Liverpool gracefully bottling the EPL.
Yeah.
I'm so happy with that.
Yeah.
What did you think of that final day?
It was pretty much what was anticipated. City would win comfortably, Liverpool would also win comfortably, but yeah, you know that alright, you cannot expect City to lose on the last day, especially when they have been back from such a long lead. But I kind of wanted for them to draw so that points are equal, and then they compare the goals, and in some scenario it would be goals are also equal, and then points, fair play points are also equal. Then it was something I thought would be interesting to witness in lifetime.
Yeah, it would have been exciting to watch. See that play out. But looking at I was really focused on the match. I pulled up both matches, put it on the same screen, and you could tell all the fans were cheering and
Yeah, the fake cheers for the Liverpool ones.
and
Yeah.
feel when it was the 28th minute when Brighton scored, and then all of a sudden Man City just hits back with 2 before the break, and I was just for once, just let Man City win. I was happy.
Yeah.
On the other hand, I don't know how Manchester United lost 0-2 to Cardiff. That was just atrocious.
Yeah. Sometimes it's more like you don't have anything to fight for.
Yeah.
It affects a lot.
Yeah, I think there's nothing. And couple of the fact, I think Solskjaer was playing a slightly younger team. Having Mason Greenwood come up,
Yeah.
that was solid. But yeah, moving back to the Pokal.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Bayern, hot favorites. Leipzig themselves, I don't know. They seem like a team that could always be there to cause an upset. I mean, they finished above Leverkusen this season with, I mean, not bad in terms of
It's like the
Bundesliga.
club was founded in 2009, and in every season they have been promoted to the upper league, and finally into the Bundesliga, and now they are like probably always in the top half of the table, in playing even in the Champions League sometimes and
Mm-hmm.
in Europa League. And on the other hand, if there's a season where you want to face Bayern, this is the season because they are probably at the poorest.
Exactly.
And
Yep.
Kovac is, we all know, on a very thin ice. Even if he wins the Pokal, I don't think he will continue. Or maybe he will, but it will be a massive squad revamp if that happens because no way he's continuing with the same set of players. And even after leaving, like Lam left and Robin left, Ribery left, James is probably destined to leave now. So it's calling for a revamp. And we have already rumors of Sane joining Bayern for 80 million, and even the Joachim Low, the German
Sorry,
national
80 million? That's
80.
what. Oh, you saw 80 million. Oh, wow, okay.
Yep.
I saw 100. Probably a lower tier
Yeah. So
source, but
it's now
yeah,
it's
it's in the
everything's
region.
yeah, it's all noise right now because we don't even know if it will happen or not. So yes, City should be worried because even Guardiola was linked to Juventus, but it later out faded, and it's not much of a big rumor right now. But 2 days ago, it was like it's already done.
Yeah, I saw that being a solid rumor, and like ever since that, Ronaldo Juventus rumors where
Yeah.
people were just like, oh, he's fighting for a new contract and
Yeah.
everything. Nowadays, I don't really want to play down anything that's semi-reliable, even though sometimes they're just causing us stir.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you have to think about it. Guardiola spent 3 years forming his current squad. If you look at his original squad and how much he's built around it, buying Laporte, and I mean trusting company as well this season, and then going about and buying his entire squad and forming it to his ideas and ideals, his own playing philosophy and all that, as we discussed on the previous one. I just don't see, despite the rumors being semi-reliable or whatever, right? I just don't see him leaving something that he built so hard to, like, and then just leave on a third, even though they did get the 4 trophies and within one season, just leaving just like that. I would think he would rather have a reliable Champions League te- uh, able a reliable team that's able to push for the Champions League much rather than going to Juventus.
Yeah, I agree with that concept, but also we have to take into consideration that how he left from Bayern Munich and from Barcelona. It wasn't really. He created a team which could last a couple of years later after his departure, and that's pretty much what he's done in City.
And credit to him, all of them have so far. I mean, Barcelona have and
Yeah.
Bayern Munich.
Barcelona
all in all
has kind of
changed a bit, but
yeah,
all in all,
yeah,
there's a sort of like not all 11 players stuck around,
Yeah,
of course,
of
but there's a
course.
core like spine to it.
yeah.
Core,
But-
I think thought that he leaves behind in every club. It's not the same. I always say Barcelona and Bayern. It's not always the same, but I think
Yeah.
he leaves behind a certain
Ideology and stuff. Yeah,
idea into which subsequent managers do sort of. They don't have to follow it word for word, obviously, but I think somehow all the managers end up. How do you pronounce Barcelona's current manager? Valverde, right?
Valverde,
Valverde, and you said Kovacic for Bayern.
Kovac. Kovacic is a player on loan. Yeah,
Sorry, play.
Niko Kovac. Yep.
Yep, Kovac. I think they sort of just stick around because don't change what's not broken.
Yep. So like the thing with Bayern and Barcelona is that they have an aging squad, but Barcelona have
That's
renewed
the
it.
main problem with
Yep.
sticking with the same idea.
Yep. And also that like the coaches who came afterwards in Barcelona, they had like Luis Enrique, who was kind of same, but still he had a bit of more more open and more pragmatic approach than Guardiola,
I
who
felt
would
that he
die with
played-
his philosophy. He
I
was,
felt he played a lot more attacking. I felt he
Yeah.
used Suarez a lot better. That's
Yep.
for sure.
and then Valverde came, who just surrendered to the players' will. Like, okay, if you want to play your way, you can go, and you don't have to stick to this certain formation and tactics and set of play which I want you to play. So he's allowed like more fluidity and stuff. And in Bayern, like okay, they hired Carlo Ancelotti after Guardiola. It should have been quite a good adaptation, but things somehow didn't work out well. And now Kovac is kind of opposite to Pep Guardiola because he plays like more pragmatic and defensive and counter-attacking football. And the set of plays which they have right now, they aren't really fit for that style of play. And when you look at Manchester City, even before Guardiola, they were planning this all along. They had coaches like Manuel Pellegrini, and they had been buying players like Kevin De Bruyne and what's the Spanish guy, the bald one, Silva. Yep. And so like they were preparing all this squad even before Guardiola, right? Because it was in the long-term plans. Okay, this is the kind of ideology we want to follow. This is the set of players we need for that, and these are the coaches who have a similar concept of football, and that's what led City to be in this position in which they are. Even though Guardiola made a lot of changes, but you could see the team is progressing to that direction, which is not the case with Barcelona and Bayern right now. Anyways, so again, Bayern Munich, I don't think it will be the same team in next year. It will be a lot different in terms of squad, in terms of maybe even coach and style of play, definitely. So, yes, now we should talk about Copa del Rey game, I guess. Yep.
Definitely.
Bayern versus
Bayern
Valencia.
versus Valencia. Bayern. Barca.
Oh, sorry,
versus
Barca, yeah.
Barca.
It's quite confusing,
We
yeah.
both said the same thing. Barca versus Valencia. Same thing with Bayern, I feel, actually. Think about it. Barca aren't having as great a season as well. Along the same levels like we discussed, they're both having an aging squad. And if it's any time to strike for any of the teams on the cusp save, and similarly, look, Valencia, Leipzig, it's sort of in the same, bubble idea of it. And both with an aging squad, both from Pep Guardiola, yada, yada, yada. And both of them are third or fourth in the league. What's Valencia sitting at? What did Valencia sit at the end of the day?
Valencia qualified for the Champions League. They're
They're sitting fourth.
Yep.
And Leipzig was
the league
third.
is over, like that's it.
Yeah, league's over, exactly.
Yeah.
So they're sitting fourth. Leipzig is third.
It's kind of similar, yeah.
The finals for the two cups are in the same essence. And if it's any time to hit Barca as well, it's right now, because they're not doing as great as, say, a few seasons ago. Losing.
Plus, after the comments of Pique and Messi, who said that we are still recovering from the Liverpool defeat right now,
Exactly.
and it's still in the mind. And what Pique said was quite interesting. He said, like, the Roma defeat was kind of haunting us while we were playing at Liverpool, at Anfield, Liverpool away. And if a defeat can have an impact for like a whole year, imagine the defeat, like playing Copa del Rey final right after such a disastrous month.
Yeah.
Like, because even in the league, they lost once or twice, I guess, after losing to Liverpool, and then they drew one game, I guess. And now it's quite messy.
It does go to show how much soccer is football is a mental game as much as a physical one. And for Valencia right now, I think I would say they've had a good season for their standards.
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's not really. It's like they kind of redeemed it because other teams kind of failed to get their best. Like Getafe didn't do that well. Real Betis, you would expect them to do very well, and I don't know what went wrong. Like Keke Setien was even rumored to coach Barcelona one day after he defeated Barcelona with his side, and then suddenly they fall in the mid-table and everything goes wrong. So this stuff happens, and LaLiga is quite unpredictable. Like Valencia against Madrid is something else, and Valencia against say some other lower team in the league, it's totally different. Like they managed to get a draw against Juventus, they managed to get a win against Real Madrid, but you can never really predict what they will do. Like they are totally a different side against bottom teams and against the top teams. That's probably the case with every La Liga team, because against the big teams they have like, okay, they will go at us, and then we have to
They can
implement
take,
this
they're
kind
willing
of
to
style.
take a risk with it. Yep.
But when they play against lower sides, it's more like they don't really know how to unlock the defense and get away with it. It's more like playing for a draw. So
Yeah, definitely. All in all, a pretty exciting match day tonight with both cup finals. And just looking at the transfer rumors, what do you think about Delight to United?
yeah, because he followed a couple of Manchester United players and liked the pictures and stuff. So, and also Barcelona. I don't know why he won't go to Barcelona. Or why
I was
Barcelona
thinking,
don't want him.
I have a feeling that I don't know, the rumors for him going to Barca are just as strong as you. I mean, what's I don't know why people cook up like just following other players. It's apparently it's a thing. I don't see much into it, but
Once Messi also did something similar. He followed Chelsea,
yeah, exactly.
and it was like, okay, it's happening, it's
Yeah, he's
happening,
going
and
to
then it was like, okay, Messi renews a contract with Barcelona. So
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's still pretty exciting to see those transfer rumors, but I don't. I see Delight of it, like we discussed. I see Delight obviously leaving Ajax, right? And I feel that it's more likely to go to Barca than United. I don't know why.
but he can also wait for like 2 or 3 years and then join Barcelona because he's only 19, and the way he leads the team and the way and his character as per, like, it's phenomenal, and that's kind of a player which United definitely need.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's amazing. He's captain as well, right?
Yep,
Just to
he's
confirm.
captain, and
Yeah.
the way he leads the team on
Yeah,
and off the
it's
field, it's very commendable.
yeah. All in all, United need a player like that right now.
Yep.
I think Pogba, in a certain sense, he does it, but he doesn't do it consistently. I mean, I saw this video of him giving a very strong, very emotional pep talk for that World Cup finals last year, and I felt that from that video, I felt that he had leadership potential. But at the same time, that's one thing to be off the field or in the dressing room. Is another thing to be on the field, and I feel that Pogba needs to concentrate to play, whereas somebody needs to lead or somebody else needs to lead on the field. You know what I mean?
Yeah, also someone who can take the blame and who can just carry on. That's kind of what you need from a leader, and especially from the likes of Paul Pogba, and you don't want them to be blaming the managers and stuff. Yeah, that's not the game you want to indulge in. And also for United, it's interesting that Griezmann is now linked to Manchester United because
Really?
Barcelona have kind of rejected him, and he's
Really?
already said that he's leaving Atletico de Madrid. Yep.
I know he's leaving Atletico. I just assumed he was going to Barcelona already.
No, so the thing is that
What happened there?
yeah, so the last year what happened is they said, all right, we have contacted Griezmann and it's happening, and then he said, okay, I want to make a documentary to reveal my decision and stuff, and then he did it, and he said that, okay, I'm staying at Atletico de Madrid, and now things may not have worked out well because a lot of Atletico players have left the club or are retiring and stuff, like David Luiz, Juan Fran, I guess, and Godin, of course, and also Hernandez, and a lot of players have left, and so
Simone is still the manager.
yeah,
Right?
Simeone is still
Yeah.
the manager, and so Griezmann then said, okay, I'm willing to accept the offer from Barcelona, considering the same wages, the same contract, like everything as it is, just a year later. And they're like, whoa, 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 wait, that's not happening now. You had the opportunity, you rejected us, and then you made a fool out of everyone by creating a documentary and stuff. So hold on. So, and likes of Messi earlier were very positive about Griezmann joining Barcelona, but now they are like, I read a report. I don't know if it's direct quote from Messi or it's just a rumor, and he said that Messi has vetoed Griezmann's signing. So Manchester United or PSG is the likely destination.
Yeah, that's now they put it that way, that sounds interesting. But yeah, I don't know. Transfer rumors all aside, I mean it's pretty it's all up in the air at the moment until they really sign the paper. I mean, people saying Pogba going to Real Madrid, Hazard going to Real Madrid. Who else going to Real Madrid? Everyone's going to Real Madrid.
Everyone is joining Madrid.
But yeah,
The interesting thing is they say that Ramos might leave Real Madrid. And
They didn't get. I
might
didn't
go
catch that one.
Yeah,
I
and might
don't
go
think-
to Manchester United.
That's funny. That's really funny. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, and everyone
Um,
is also linked to Juventus. But the thing is that Juventus, you have to understand. Okay, they signed Cristiano Ronaldo, but their finances aren't strong.
Everyone is linked to Juventus because of Cristiano Ronaldo now.
I agree,
it's,
but-
it's really silly.
But people really need to understand that Juventus really don't have that much of funds. Okay, they
don't.
managed Cristiano signing, but they
That's
signed
about
him for like a bargain, like 100 million for Cristiano. It's not much, and that too they were very uncomfortable to pay. But when you are getting Cristiano, you manage to pay somehow. And now if they want to sign likes of Marcelo, Ramos, or anyone, it's not easy.
Yeah, it's not easy at all those transfer rumors. But all in all, makes it a pretty exciting off-season while we're waiting for all the matches.
Yep.
And speaking of that, good segue into Europa League final.
Yeah, exactly. So, I guess Chelsea will win this one, even though Emery has the edge and stuff.
Really, Chelsea. Okay.
Because
no,
Hazard
okay.
is joining Real Madrid, so I have to say Chelsea.
Given we're sitting on opposite ends right now, that just makes me have to support Arsenal. All in all, I would have answered Arsenal either way anyway. Whatever you would answer. So,
Yeah,
look, at the end of it, we'll see next week when the finals are over. But I feel that Arsenal have been a brilliant team despite finishing so terribly on the table. They really have shown moments of brilliance, as well as, I mean, Emery, every new manager coming into the club, they need time. And Emery is no different. And I think that he's found a winning formula at the closer to the end of the season with playing a two striker with Aubameyang and Lacazette, and just having I think I can't remember who. I think it's Xhaka coming back and having come into the run of form and all in all. I think Arsenal with Unai Emery as the manager is going to be a strong competitor next season. It's going to give everyone a run for their money, and if with a proper summer transfer, they'll be looking at a good top placing, maybe second or third. Hopefully, I think I really want Arsenal to win a title as well outside of Manchester United, and yeah, it just goes to show that they have proper youth, proper system. Don't need to spend big money. Right, and I think hopefully like Wenger's ideology sticks around, don't break the bank, etc. And yeah, it'll be exciting to see the Europa League finals. I do want Arsenal to win it.
yeah. So for me, Emery has like joined the perfect club for him after Sevilla, because PSG was a terrible choice for everyone. I don't know why, but because of the players, I guess, and
I
the
think
lack
he
of
just
time
joined-
which PSG allows.
I think he just joined PSG just to have an easier time for once.
Yeah, so like it's a very good decision of him to join Arsenal, and he's proving his worth, and the players are humble so far. Like nobody is that big with his attitude and ego, and it's working quite well. And seeing his past record and stuff, it's great. But on an interesting note, like the games haven't happened, so I can't talk about tactics and stuff right now. But Sarri is being like, his job is kind of on a thin ice.
I feel that regardless, knowing Roman Abramovich, hope I pronounced that right.
Yeah,
Knowing
Abramovich. Yep.
knowing Roman, right? Regardless of whatever happens to him, whatever he does, he's gonna get fired at the end of the seasons. That's my take on it. I mean, look at Roberto Di Matteo. I mean, he got fired for winning. Who fires their manager for winning the Champions League? Only Chelsea. Not even Real Madrid. Not even what are the other team? No, actually only Chelsea changes manager like they change coach.
Yeah.
And yeah, firing your manager after winning the Champions League, that's unheard of. Zidane quit on his own
Yeah.
accord.
Yeah.
But that's firing your manager. So
Yeah. And it's interesting because Sarri has been. It's interesting that Chelsea's women's coach has now been linked to Chelsea, and Yeah, it's something new, something unheard of, and
I'll be interested. I'll be
if it
excited to
happens,
see a
I'll be
women's.
encouraging it. But
Yeah, I would be.
we also have to see that how it works, because
I
every
mean, we
team is
need.
different, and will
Yeah,
the players listen, and
it'll be
how the tactics
amazing.
go. Yeah,
Yeah, it'll be amazing to see women referees, women's coach, it intermixing. But at the same time, I've
sometimes
been,
I think it will be an interesting thing if we have like mixed sport, like
Yeah.
women are also playing in the same thing.
I
Like
I have to
Martha,
admit, yeah.
Martha playing in United. Imagine that.
I mean, I have to admit, I only started following the women's side of football because Manchester United has had a women's team this season, and they've been playing terrifically well. I don't see any difference between having a woman or male manager. Did I just say woman? You know what I meant.
A lot of male
Yeah.
managers manage women's football team, and
Exactly.
why can't the
Why
opposite
can't the
happen?
reverse? Why can't the
Yeah.
reverse
If
happen?
they have the intellect, if they have the
Yeah,
ability
exactly.
to manage them, then why not?
Exactly, and yeah, with a woman manager or male manager, female male manager, mixed teams, still up for debate because sometimes you don't, you, it's not about political issues or anything. It's just you don't want to push the changes too quickly all of a sudden, and then the rest of the world is up in an uproar, and all those sort of things up for discussion for something else. But anyway, the no. Basically saying nothing negative, and
No,
I'm
no,
really
no.
I'm really excited to see if there is ever a female manager on any of the top European leagues. To be honest, I hope Man United do it first. But have to admit though, Man United's women's team played far better than the men's team this season.
Yeah. On that note, Lyon's women teams won the women's Champions League and against Barcelona, and they also won 4-0. So it's in their blood to lose 4-0. Yeah.
But Barcelona just if you don't have anything to bet against them, just bet 4-0. You're 50-50 there already.
Yeah, 50-50 there.
And on to the before we go to the last point.
Yeah.
First, did you see the headlines for Huddersfield earning more than Atletico Madrid in terms of TV broadcasting money?
Yeah, and Wolves are earning more than Real Madrid.
I mean, and then step up from Huddersfield all the way to Wolves, and then they're earning more than Real Madrid. That's the second top for Real Madrid earning 137 0.6 million.
Euros.
That's euros, yeah. And then Wolves earning 138.5 million euros. Drop down all the way to the bottom, which is Huddersfield. Huddersfield at the bottom of the table.
Yeah.
103.9 million euros. Atletico only earning 102.9 million. That's a full million euro above. That's crazy.
Like Huddersfield are like bottom of the table.
Bottom of the EPL.
Yeah, bottom of
and
the
they're
EPL.
still earning more, a million more than the third on the La Liga table.
Exactly.
That's
And crazy.
That goes to show how much, like, I mean,
Girona.
you have to take note that it's the Premier League in 2018, 2019, and the La Liga in 2017, 2018. But that year difference aside, you have to just look at it and realize how much of a big paying EPL is.
Yeah, it is. Also, like, just to compare, like, the bottom of EPL, the Huddersfield, they are earning almost 104. And Girona, on the other hand, are only earning 40. So it's a massive, massive discrepancy over there. But
it's a massive discrepancy
yeah,
between
one of the reason is because like EPL has comfortable timings. It's an English spoken stuff, and you have like it's more global than La Liga, of course. And there are like endless issues for that, especially the timings. Like even in Australia, like I have to wake up at 5 o'clock sometimes, then I have to wake up at 1 o'clock sometimes to watch the normal La Liga games, whereas the EPL games are on much comfortable times, sometimes at 8 p.m. and sometimes at 10 p.m., which I can watch easily. So that has a major role to play, I believe. Moving on to the final Champions League final.
The most exciting thing, the Champions League finals.
Before we move on, I have to mention a very
Go
funny
ahead.
moment
Mhm.
which happened. Pochettino was joking that okay, we are training at Real Madrid training facilities, and I would have been much more happy if they allowed us to sleep over here, but they don't allow me. They said that I have to train Real Madrid in order to access the staying rooms and stuff. And Real Madrid released an official statement saying that all of this is false. We were never requested by UEFA or Atletico Madrid or Liverpool or Tottenham to
I think he was just
reside and
joking, and
stuff.
it got played up. But yeah, the comunicado oficial
Yeah.
had to
And
be
like
released by Real
it's
Madrid.
kind of crazy. Like they had to release an official statement saying that okay, we are very professional, and if there is any request, we allow them. This is not true and stuff. But
Honestly, I think
crazy.
Pochettino was just joking, but
Of course he was. It was quite
But
evident.
still,
He
it's
was
pretty-
smiling.
it's pretty funny.
Yeah, it
I mean,
is.
they could play it up. But before we go into the finals, I have to commend. There was this infographic by
Yeah.
BT Sport. I have to commend what Pochettino himself has done for Tottenham this season.
Phenomenal.
Despite not winning the league, despite them finishing just only fourth on the table, just 1 point behind Chelsea, 71 points. Really, I mean, for all of that, Pochettino, right? €0 spent on transfers all season.
Yeah, exact
The
same
on-
squad.
The exact same score as last season. He's the only team in Europe to do so, not spend a single cent on transfers. Right? Their main striker Harry Kane was missing for 17 games. I mean,
And
that's-
Lucas Moura goes out and scores a hat trick in the most important game of the season so far.
Exactly. I mean, They finished top four for the four seasons running, and they've beaten Ajax, Arsenal, Dortmund, Chelsea, Inter, Man United, and Man City.
Not to forget, they also won against Real Madrid last season when in the group stage and in Bernabeu. That's phenomenal. And that's the time when Real Madrid were quite strong
Yeah,
compared
exactly.
to today's Real Madrid because they had Zidane, Ronaldo, and all those Kovacic and stuff. Anyway,
Yeah, kudos to Pochettino.
Pochettino,
And-
who is a phenomenal manager and who is going to manage Real Madrid one day or the other.
But I mean, they are, and I'm excited for this Champions League because they're the first Champions League debut finalist since Chelsea in 2008. So this will be a very exciting finals. And I mean, Chelsea winning in 2008 was. Did they win in 2008? No, they didn't win in 2008. They won with Di Matteo.
2012, I guess.
2012, yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, outside of that,
You won the Champions League
we
against them.
Sorry, my bad. Yeah, no, because we're talking about Di Matteo, and then I thought, debut in 2008.
Yeah.
But no, Man United won in 2008. Yeah, I remember. I remember that.
Yeah.
So that was just
It was a phenomenal one.
it was a phenomenal penalty, and no, I was just because we talked about Di Matteo,
Yeah.
and then I just went straight to 2008 and overlapped both years. But yeah, Champions League finals. Who are you going to go with?
See, Klopp has a terrible record of finals. Liverpool have been bottling. So have Tottenham Hotspurs. And Tottenham Hotspur were kind of on very, very thin ice of embarrassment when they said that our stadium is the only place where you can watch Champions League in London. And it was like they were on the verge of getting knocked out of Champions League. But then they managed to enter the finals, and now they have already planned their victory route for the bus parade if
I
they win
think
the Champions League.
They're honestly jinxing it by
Yeah.
I saw the announcement. I thought
Yeah.
it was a joke, and
So now I think that it will be like, okay, they are losing 1-0 or 2-0 by the 80th minute, and everyone is like, okay,
Or
they
they'll
had
be-
planned it, and by the 90th minute they win 3-2.
or become like the 2014 World Cup finals where somebody randomly scores a
Guadze. Yeah.
119-minute goal.
Yeah.
That Götze goal was good though.
Yeah, it was phenomenal.
But yeah,
Who knows? Pochettino asks Lucas Moura to go out and prove the world he's the best player in the world, and same like Washim Low did with Guadze. When Messi was playing on the field, he was saying that, okay, go and show the world that you are the best player in the world. And it's like so contradictory. Like, you're literally
it's really silly.
10 meters away from Messi.
Messi. But at the same time, it's just like, yeah, Götze. No.
Imagine
More-
Pochettino
more
doing
people-
that with Salah and stuff. Like, okay, go and
Go
show
prove
the
you're
world.
better than them.
Yeah. You
And-
deserve the Ballon d'Or this season. Go and prove them.
Just show them that you deserve that
Yeah.
10-point rating again.
And then we'll both move to Real Madrid together.
But outside outside of all those jokes, since you answered Chelsea just now first, I'll actually answer. Um, Despite the rivalry between Man United and Liverpool, I feel, and despite the bottling of the league, and despite Tottenham's bottling as well, I have to say my money is on Liverpool to lift the Champions League. I may eat my words at the end of it as always, but I've made back predictions in the past.
Tottenham
But
have better odds, and I'll put my money on them. And I'm quite
are you
confident
purposely
that
just
Tottenham-
choosing the opposite just because I
No,
chose
no, no, no,
Arsenal?
no. I was pretty much like, especially for Pochettino, and I hate Liverpool. That's no secret. And
No, but good. This is exciting. I'm happy
yeah,
we chose opposite
yeah,
numbers on both finals.
it should be difference of opinion is what goes. Let's us discuss the football for so long. And so coming back, I think Tottenham Hotspur is quite underrated, to be honest. Like they bottle and stuff, and they don't have the experience and everything, but still they showed us against Ajax that they can pull together all this stuff and put on a show. And same can be done in the upcoming final, and I believe it will happen. So according to scoreline, I guess Liverpool will score, of course, and Tottenham will score, of course, and I guess
It will
something
be
like
an exciting final.
for
That's
it will
guaranteed.
be like a margin of 1 or 2 goals, not more than that. Any team will win by maximum 1 or 2 goals. It's not going to be like 5-0 or
It
something.
won't be. I don't think it's going to be one of those embarrassing games where
Yeah,
suddenly
yeah.
you get outscored 4
It'll be like
0.
it will be like 3-2 or like 4-3 or something like that.
But hey, let's mark our words. Let's not say so much because this Champions League season has, after all,
It's
been
been very
crazy.
unpredictable. Yep.
Take every scoreline we mentioned with a pinch of salt. Obviously, somebody's going to win at the end of the day because it
Yeah.
is a finals. But you going to Tottenham, and I ironically going to Liverpool because I'm really excited. I think Klopp is a great manager.
He is. indeed.
Liverpool has been a historically great club. I'm still happy they didn't win the Premier League, but with such a team, I mean, PFA Player of the Year and Virgil van Dijk, and with both golden boots in Sadio Mane and Salah, I feel that Salah might pull up something brilliant. Otherwise, if he doesn't get played, I feel that Mane is going to turn up and pull put a couple goals in the back of the net, and I'm just really excited because
Yeah.
I mean, after the finals are over, we're
Yeah,
we're in opposite numbers right now. This is really exciting.
It will be interesting indeed. And also that I should mention, Klopp has like 3 of his former players winning the Golden Boot this season: Aubameyang, Salah, and Mane. So it's quite a phenomenal achievement in that aspect. And I was listening to Jose Mourinho, who said like losing finals is kind of embarrassing, and finals are to win and not to lose. And the sad part is someone will lose. And I just imagine that if it's Klopp, it will be really sad. Like it will be his third Champions League final loss,
There has to be a loser at the end
and
of the day.
it will be his 8th final
Uh-huh.
loss, 8th or
It's-
9th final loss.
It goes to show a little bit. I think at the end of it, if Klopp wins, it goes to show how much he's grown for the past 7 final losses and the other 2 Champions League finals. But
3, because one was with Dortmund, then Liverpool last season
Yeah.
against Madrid, and this one will be his third if he loses.
yeah, so the other 2, if he doesn't lose,
Yeah.
it shows he learned from the other 2. And I feel that this is the one where he has the strongest fighting chance of winning. And yeah, I'm just excited to be able to watch it.
Yeah, and I think Liverpool will be pressing and stuff, but Tottenham
feel
Hotspur don't have the same kind of approach like Barcelona or stuff, where the pressing will work very well and stuff, because they too are dependent on pressing, so they have quite similar style of play.
I
So
feel Liverpool want to clinch the early goal.
of course both teams will
Both
want
teams,
to
obviously, both teams
Yeah.
would, but I feel that Liverpool will get it first. I don't know. Despite, okay, I'm supporting Liverpool in this regard, but yeah, I do think they would because of the way their team has run this season. But I won't chalk anything down. I won't take anything away from Tottenham being able to do the same thing but I feel that Liverpool have that slight edge that they'll be able to. Otherwise, at the end of it, 0-0 at halftime because their defense are pretty good as well. So,
Indeed. Indeed.
but if you have to realize if Liverpool get a set piece early with a corner, they have Van Dijk with that head.
Yeah.
It would be very very difficult with their defense against Van Dijk. He's a brilliant header. What was it? I can't remember the statistic, but his area duels were really good. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, his defensive ability, like, I guess no player has been able to dribble past him. Yeah. Yeah. There was a statistic about that, and it's crazy. So, that's pretty much it, I guess. Do you have any last comments?
Um, just excited for the Champions League and the Europa League finals, and
Also, we have 2 of the games tonight, so
looking forward to the 2 final games tonight. Those will be exciting to talk about. But all in all, see you in the next episode.
and by the time we see you, I guess we will be done by all the finals and all the games, so we'll have a lot more tactically to talk about and stuff. And hopefully, I'm proven right in each of the games.
Thanks
Right.
so much for having me again this week.
Thank you so much for coming, Sean, and that's pretty much it. See you next week. Keep watching football and listening to Football the Europa podcast. Thank you. Adios.